Today I'm going to be showing you what furniture is stored inside the chicken shed that I plan on renovating here on the family property in rural France. It's just behind me, so let's open the door, get inside. I'll start with the latest additions and the most modern items that have been stored in this area, and that is a rug propped up on top of two other pieces of furniture that has been put here very recently. It's just a modern rug that belongs to a relative. And secondly, this quite quirky, quite wonderful crystal disco ball. It's not a crystal ball, that's for seeing the future. The only thing you'll be seeing in this disco ball are bright lights and good times. But moving on to the more interesting items, let's start with this small trunk. It seems to be leather, brass accents on the front of it, nothing inside it. It's broken, hence why it's in here. And here is another bigger trunk, again very rusty, very beaten up and broken, but inside it is another busted piece of furniture. In fact, it's basically unrecognisable. The trunk contains the remnants of an old coffee table. Very sad to see what's happened to this coffee table. Here is one of its limbs, which it has sadly lost. In fact, as I said, the coffee table is unrecognisable. Look at the beautiful details. It was once a very nice coffee table, and now it's not. We also have a white bedside cabinet in here, which is missing its marble top. The marble top broke many years ago, and so we put it in here for storage until we find another marble top, hopefully at a boot sale one day. It's better to store it for 10 years and hope to find a new marble top than to throw it away, and then the day after you've thrown it away you end up finding that new marble top. That's always the way. The most interesting piece of furniture in this chicken shed is by far what I'm gonna get out right now. So by far the nicest piece of furniture that we kept in the chicken shed is this French double bed. The footboard and the sideboards are still in the chicken shed. I thought I'd get out the headboard. The headboard is the piece that's in the best condition. The footboard is in slightly worse condition and needs a little bit of repair work to it. But it looks nice, looks really nice. Unfortunately, it just needs a little bit too much work to use as a bed at the moment. Hence why it ended up in storage for a few years, but still in great condition, which shows that the chicken shed is nice and dry. And I love the material used here. Yeah, not too bad. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Definitely going to keep hold of it because it's such a lovely bed. Even if it does need a little bit of work, doesn't matter. I will get round to it at some point in the future. But it does get me wondering, how many items, antiques, French furniture, historical pieces are hidden away in these properties dotted all over France? Just, yeah, stored to be forgotten through time. Hopefully they'll be rediscovered again and re-loved, like this bed will eventually be loved once again. Just not at the moment, sadly. But you can get these beds on the second-hand market for about 150 to 250 euros. They have gone up a bit, like everything in the world, in price, but very nice bed. Very nice indeed. So I'd like to take the time in this second half of the video to show you some beds that I found online on a website I frequently use to find second-hand goods. It's essentially the equivalent to Craigslist. It's called leboncoin.com. .fr, we're in France, .fr, sorry about that. And you can buy anything on there, but I love searching for furniture, and this is what I've done. So I'm going to show you something like 4 beds and 5 other pieces of furniture, because I got distracted and found some beautiful pieces of furniture, which I'm looking forward to showing you. So hopefully this will give you an idea of prices here in France, and also something to look out for when buying a bed, because it's something that you don't necessarily think of when buying one of these beds. So check it out. First of all, the price of this bed is just 60 euros, which seems super cheap, and it's well worth the money, of course. But as we look at the photos, I'd like you to focus on the headboard. On the headboard, you can see that at the bottom of the pattern, it's slightly faded, slightly yellow, and that's when the oils from whoever's sleeping in it, the oils from their hair eventually rubs off on the headboard, on the material, the fabric, and stains it. And it's near impossible to get these stains out. So whenever I see that, I would avoid buying said bed unless you plan on reupholstering it. So in this case, the footboard looks great, don't get me wrong, and it's great for the frame, and if you plan on reupholstering it, 60 euros is well worth it. I mean, look at the details. It's a beautiful bed, but you just got to be aware of the dirty headboards, which is often the case. Also, I do want to say that these beds are a little bit newer than what they seem, so they're probably manufactured within the last 100 years to look in the style of Louis XV, Louis XV as they say in France. But they are probably made within the last 100 years, probably around, I don't know, 60, 70, 100 years old, these beds. Second bed, 80 euros, super cheap, but it has the same issue as the previous one. I absolutely love the pattern of the footboard here. It is absolutely beautiful, it really is. Again, just unfortunate about the headboard. You could see on the right hand side there, just to the right of the flowers in the centre, it is a little bit faded compared to the left hand side, and you're probably not going to be able to get that out. You're going to struggle a little bit to get that out, that stain there. But very beautiful bed, still worth the money, just 80 euros, absolute bargain. Now I'm going to show you a bed without the stain, and of course the price does jump up fairly significantly due to its condition. So it's 300 euros, that's right, 300 euros for this bed, but you can see the headboard is in much better condition, and it looks almost identical to the previous one, funny enough. Very beautiful, really is beautiful, and still at 300 euros, if it's in perfect condition, it's well worth the money. I mean, how much is a new bed? And I do want to show you quickly an insanely priced bed. Look at this, 1,400 euros with the mattress and everything, apparently. It's still not worth the money, it really isn't. See, some people, everywhere in life you just get people who are just, I don't know, they must be on something or thinking, I don't know, probably not thinking at all actually. And yeah, pricing it at 1,400 euros, it's not worth that. If ever you see something in France, you're antique shopping, try to do your research on any particular item and try to find a value online. Even if you're in a shop, if you've got internet on your mobile phone, try and look and find the value before you commit to something, because sometimes something that's you think could be expensive might actually be way cheaper. So remember that. And lastly, I managed to find a headboard. Now this is just the headboard, not the whole bed, and the price is just 60 euros for the headboard here. Super cheap, and it's similar to the one that I've got outside, and it's very beautiful. The chair is not included, but again, it's a good idea, I guess, to have that. Just, you know, if you lose the sides or the footboard, you could always use the headboard just at the end of a bed, with a separate bed base, of course. Very beautiful, well worth 60 euros. I mean, look at that. I prefer that to that all day long. Much better, and it would fit quite nicely in a modern room as well, you know, that kind of style and that kind of upholstery. Now let me show you some more furniture that I found that I think is absolutely beautiful and well worth the money. Check this out. 350 euros would get you this beautiful commode, black marble top, little bit of damage. I'd probably offer them like 200 or 250 for this, to be honest, due to the damage, but looks pretty nice and I thought I'd show you it. Now let me show you another commode. This is 230 euros. They call this the Louis Philippe style, and nice handles, nice keyholes, beautiful. Again, black marble top, goes so well. The black marble top, very nice. I'm not a fan of the beige marble tops that you find here in France, but this is very nice. 230 euros, not a bad price. Now we're getting into some really beautiful furniture. This is the commode style Louis XV, or you could call it a commode bombé. Bombé means, you know, it's the rounded shape, bombé. And this is simply stunning. 300 euros, well worth the money all day long. I just said I don't like the beige marble top, but on these items, they go very, very well. Absolutely beautiful. Keys are included, perfect marquetry. It seems like no pieces are missing at all. Actually, I would love to buy that. Simply sublime, stunning. And another one here, even cheaper at 240 euros, but this one has just 2 shelves. Still beautiful nonetheless. And yeah, what more can I say? A little bit of damage, a little bit of wear and tear on the sides, but I think with some product that'll come up really nice. And again, the marble top is in beautiful, perfect condition. And the last little piece of furniture I'll show you now. This is a very cute little thing. It's like a little bedside cabinet, a little bit of damage. It's 100 euros, by the way, but it does look really nice. It's just a shame that there's only one of them. I do think that there would have been a pair originally. Very nice. Commode demi-lune style Louis XV. Very beautiful. Just a shame that it's just the one, because I could imagine one of the two of those with a bed in between would look sublime. Okay, that about wraps things up here for this video. One last thing I want to mention, the link to this website is going to be in the description, and if you're curious and you want to search for beds yourself, when I first click onto an advert, you can pause the video and look at the bottom at the title of the advert, and you'll be able to then use those words to look on the website by yourself. I set my location to within 100 kilometers. That's within a 60-mile radius of the largest town near me. So if you're in France, you can set the location for the whole of France if you want to, and there'll be plenty more ads popping up, and these are just a fraction of what is in my area. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed seeing the furniture in the chicken shed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which just so happens to be tomorrow. Bye for now.